To talk about the pygmy marmosets, also known as Zebra pygma. The pygmy marmosets is the smallest monkey in the world, and they live in the rainforests of South America, mainly near the Amazon River. Even though they're really, really small and cute, they face serious threats like habitat loss from deforestation and illegal pet trade. In this presentation, I'll explain why Pygmy marmosets are important to their ecosystem and what people can do to help protect them. So first, here's a quick overview of pygmy marmosets. Its scientific name is Zebra pygma, but it's commonly called the pygmy marmosets. What makes this animal really interesting is that it's the smallest monkey in the world. They only weigh 100 grams and are around 4 to 6 inches long, not including their tail. They live in the Amazon rainforest in South America. To show how tiny they really are, this picture compares one to an apple. They're almost the same size as a small apple. One fun fact about pygmy marmosets is that they can turn their heads almost all the way around, kind of like an owl. They also communicate with high-pitched sounds that humans can barely hear. The pygmy marmosets habitat and behavior. First, they live in dense tropical rainforests near rivers in countries like Brazil, Peru, Ecuador, and Colombia. Pygmy marmosets usually live in small family groups and are active during the daytime, which means they're diurnal. One interesting behavior is that they use their sharp teeth to chew into tree bark so they can drink sap, which is one of their main food sources. A visual comparison to this would be a puppy, like puppy teeth. If you've ever had a puppy nibble on you, it's surprising how sharp their teeth are. Pygmy marmosets have that similarity. And although they are tiny, they move very fast through the rainforest, which works in their favor because they spend most of their lives high up in trees to stay safe from predators. So the threats pygmy marmosets face and why conservation is important. Even though they're listed as least concern, their population are still declining. One major threat is deforestation, which destroys their rainforest habitat. Another big issue is the illegal pet trade, because many are captured and sold as exotic pets. Habitat fragmentation also makes it harder for them to survive and find food. A lot of people think they would be cute pets because they're tiny, but they belong in the wild. So when I was researching for this project, one outlet I went on just for myself to see videos of them was TikTok, and I was shocked by what I saw. The first video I saw was a young girl in her early 20s doing a get ready with me video in her bedroom with her pet pygmy marmoset as if it was a regular pet. Like if it was a cat or dog, it was just in her room with her. Um, the video had a lot of interactions. It had a lot of views, which is upsetting because videos like this can make owning an exotic animal seem cute or normal. But a lot of people don't realize these animals are usually taken from the wild and can suffer during transport or captivity. Even though they look adorable and very cute, pygmy marmosets are wild animals and they belong in their natural habitat. So even though pygmy marmosets are tiny, they play a really important part in the rainforest ecosystem. They help maintain ecological balance by eating insects and interacting with different parts of the food web. At the same time, they're also prey for larger animals like snakes and birds, so they help support other species too. Pygmy marmosets also contribute to biodiversity, which means they help keep the rainforest full of different kinds of life. So scientists consider them as an indicator species. What this means is their health can reflect the health of the rainforest overall. If their population starts declining, it could mean there are bigger problems happening in the environment, like deforestation or habitat destruction. So even really small animals can have a big impact on their ecosystem, and protecting them also helps protect the rainforest overall. Again, one of the biggest threats to pygmy marmosets is the illegal pet trade. Videos online can make them seem easy to care for, but they're actually wild animals that need specialized care for, and they need a large environment. Many pygmy marmosets die during trafficking, and baby marmosets are often separated from their families. Even though they look small and harmless, they can become stressed or aggressive in captivity. This is why education and awareness about exotic pet ownership is so important. I included screenshots from the TikToks I found because they showed how social media can normalize exotic pet ownership. In one video, a girl is in her bedroom answering questions about owning a pygmy marmoset. And in the other video, the monkey is sitting with the owner while she's getting her makeup done. Both videos had thousands of views, and it seemed like a part of them just had these pets for content. And in the comments, people were saying how they would like one as a pet, or how just how it would be cool to have a pet, an exotic pet like that, and asking questions about how they bought the pet. Even though the videos make the animals look cute and harmless, they don't see the full reality of caring for a wild primate or the impact exotic pet trade can have on these animals. Even though many people support saving pygmy marmosets, there are also arguments against conservation efforts. Protecting endangered species can cost a lot of money, and some people believe those resources should go towards humans first. Another challenge is that illegal wildlife trafficking is very difficult to completely stop, especially with social media making exotic pets more popular. However, if pygmy marmosets are not protected, the worst case outcome could be extinction. Losing them could also damage rainforest ecosystems and encourage more illegal animal trafficking in the future. My proposal focuses on protecting pygmy marmosets by reducing the threats caused by humans. From a biological perspective, pygmy marmosets play an important role in the rainforest ecosystem because they help spread seeds and are part of the food web. When population decrease, it can affect other species and reduce biodiversity in the rainforest. One part of my plan is stronger laws against exotic pet trading because removing animals from wild disrupts their social group and lowers population numbers. I also think social media education campaigns are important because many people do not realize the environmental impact of buying exotic pets. Protecting rainforest habitats is another major part of conservation because pygmy marmosets rely on trees for food, shelter, and survival. Supporting wildlife rescue centers could help rehabilitate injured or illegally trafficked animals. To wrap this slide up, educating people not to buy exotic pets can reduce demand, which could help show illegal trafficking and protect wild population. So another part for my conservation proposal, I created a mock fundraiser idea inspired by how popular pygmy marmosets have become online. My idea is to create a pygmy marmoset themed bag charm, which I feel would be very popular with girls. And I've noticed a lot of the videos on social media were young girls with these pets. And to sell these bag charms online. Part of the profits could be donated to the rainforest conservation groups and wildlife rescue organizations. I also think social media could be used to spread awareness about the illegal exotic pet trade. A lot of people see these animals online and think they would make cute pets, but many do not understand the biological and environmental consequences. Removing pygmy marmosets from the wild can reduce population numbers and disrupt their natural ecosystems, as I've said. This proposal would encourage people to support conservation in a safer and more ethical way while still appreciating these animals. Instead of owning an exotic pet, people could support organizations working to protect them in the wild. So I believe this plan is realistic because many of the tools needed to help pygmy marmosets, they already exist. There are already laws against illegal exotic pet trading, but they just need to be stronger enforced and have more public awareness. Social media can also spread information very quickly, which could help educate people about the dangers of owning exotic animals and the importance of conservation. Wildlife organizations and rescue centers are already working to protect endangered animals. So, my proposal would support efforts that are already happening instead of starting completely from scratch. It's all necessary because biologically protecting pygmy marmosets and their habitats could help maintain biodiversity, like I've said, and keep the rainforest ecosystems more balanced in the future. And with my mock fundraiser, even though that's something that's fun and, just a small little mock idea that I came up with, this still can make a huge difference because the TikTok videos I showed earlier had thousands of views, which proves how quickly trends can spread online. If content about exotic pets can go viral, then conservation awareness can too. Um, Something simple and fun like a bag charm fundraiser could help start conversations, educate people, and just encourage support for protecting pygmy marmosets instead of buying them. So I know I've mentioned pygmy marmosets threats, and I don't want to keep repeating some of them. But I want to go into a little bit more detail about the research found that some pygmy marmoset populations have declined more than 30% since 2009 because of deforestation, agriculture, mining, and wildlife trafficking. Since these monkeys live in close family groups, removing animals from the wild can disrupt their social structure and reproduction. As I've stated previously, scientists have also discovered that human activity can change their natural behaviors and communication. These studies support the idea that stronger conservation efforts and education about the exotic pet trade are important for protecting pygmy marmosets. So, listed below are my references that I used to research this project. In conclusion, pygmy marmosets, they may be small, cute animals, but they play a very, very important role in rainforest ecosystems and biodiversity. Through my research, I learned how habitat destruction and illegal exotic pet trade are threatening their populations. I also learned how social media can influence the way people view exotic animals. My proposal really focused and narrowed down on education, conservation efforts, and even small awareness projects like my mock fundraiser idea to help protect pygmy marmosets in a more ethical way. Overall, this project showed me that even small actions and awareness campaigns can help make a difference in conservation. Something as fun and just something like a little bag charm or something that may not seem significant can really make a huge difference in conservation. So this concludes my research project. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Thank you.